Last time I did this, the dollar store did me dirty. I thought they duped one of my favorite products of all time for just $1.25, and the actual quality wasn't worth 10 cents. I'm a dermatologist and I like value. Sometimes I find value in expensive things, and sometimes I find it in cheap things. I didn't like the stuff I picked out for my last dollar store video, but I am determined to find something I like. I went back to the dollar store with a grading scale and more dollars. This time, a couple of my picks genuinely impressed me. One of them still makes me mad. Let's grade them together. Before we touch a single product, here is my grading scale. First, S tier. You know when people say things like, you look good for your age? S tier has no qualifier. This product isn't good for $1. This is a good product. A tier means that this is a solid product for $1.25. There might be little issues, but I also don't expect PhD level work when I'm grading a high school science project. B tier means that the product is just fine. Not good, not bad. I'll probably finish it, but I might use it up on my feet. I'm not going to show you that though, because this is not that kind of channel. C means it is a little bit offensive. I won't buy it again, I won't finish it, and I'll feel too guilty to throw it away because it's not empty. D means that I'm throwing it away. It made me that mad. I rarely do this with products that aren't empty. One product was an S tier and one earned a D. Everything else was in between. First, let's talk a little bit about the shopping experience. I love Dollar Tree's skincare aisle, and part of it is the variety. This is not one sad shelf of boring beige lotion bottles. There are whole collections here, and that makes me feel like I have real options. Face stuff, body stuff, staples like cleansers, serums, but also fun extras like patches and sheet masks. For $1.25, it's like that Temu slogan, you can shop like a billionaire at a dollar store. And there are tons of dupes to make me feel like I'm getting brand name stuff for cheap. This guy looks like the $40 Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Serum. This one looks like it's an eye cream version of Sunday Riley's CEO Glow. But this is the thing that I got wrong last time. I thought Dollar Tree dupes were like the dupes at Walgreens and Walmart. You know, the ones where the store brand version is right next to the name brand on the shelf? It usually says something like compared to the ingredients in Neutrogena or something like that, and the ingredients list when you check them are pretty similar. I thought that's what these dollar store products were, formulation dupes. But at this dollar store, the packaging looking like a brand name product doesn't mean anything about what's inside. A packaging dupe does not mean a formulation dupe. If you take one thing from this video, I hope you remember this. I grabbed a decent haul, waited in the very long checkout line for the one employee in the store. Everything is $1.25, they can't afford more employees. First impressions on the products though, way, way, way better than last time. Before I grade anything, I'm going to hand you the one skill that lets you do this by yourself on any dupe forever. Companies have to list ingredients in order by weight from most to least. So when you look at the first few names on an ingredients list, there's genuinely a lot of that in the bottle. At the top of the list, that position actually tells you something. There is a decent amount of this ingredient in the bottle. But once an ingredient drops below 1% of the product's weight, the rules change. Below that 1% line, companies can list ingredients in any order that they want. So a fancy hero ingredient sitting at position number 19 on the ingredients list usually means something different from when that ingredient is in spot number 3. It's like putting one chocolate chip in a cookie and then calling that a chocolate chip cookie. You're not wrong, but what's wrong with you? Unfortunately, nothing on the label tells you where that 1% cutoff is. You can guesstimate a little bit by looking for preservatives like phenoxyethanol. These are usually used in small amounts, so anything listed after them is a sprinkle, not a main ingredient. Keep that in mind because it will change the way you look at some of these so-called dollar store dupes. Starting with a good rating because I was really negative last time. For a little over $1, this is good. The packaging reads BYOMA Hydrating Serum to me, yeah? To help you see the differences in the BYOMA version versus the dollar store version, think of your skin like a brick wall. Your skin cells are the bricks, and the mortar holding them together is a mix of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acid. Just adding one or two of these isn't that useful. You really want all three. BYOMA's product has all three, plus squalane and glycerin. This dollar store dupe has ceramides and squalane, but it's missing the friends. It's an incomplete version, but for the price, this isn't a bad product. It has a thin thin serum consistency, and when I put it on my face, it's kind of like I repeatedly splashed my face with water. It's a decent first layer in a skincare routine, but if this is your only moisturizer, you're going to feel dry in 5 minutes. But you get an A because you're good for $1. This pink serum is a little bit of a weird dupe. It can't really decide which glow recipe product it wants to be. The packaging looks like their pink juice moisturizer, but the emphasis on niacinamide makes me feel like they're trying to be the watermelon glow drops. So we're already starting with a bit of an identity crisis. Now let's use that skill we talked about. Niacinamide is the headline ingredient, but it's listed after the preservative. Again, this is like a chocolate chip cookie with only one chocolate chip. The actual product is a thin serum that barely has any niacinamide, which is the star ingredient. It didn't improve my skin in any way. I find the tiny niacinamide content to be a little bit deceptive, but my skin didn't fall off and I'm willing to use you on my feet, so you get a B. I used this next product once, and I'm not sure I can emotionally bring myself to use this product again. Normally, I would tell you that cleansers are a good place to save money. It's on your face for 30 seconds. But after using this product for 30 seconds, my skin felt stripped. One of my personal rosacea triggers is dry skin. That's one that people don't talk about a lot. You hear about rosacea being triggered by things like heat, alcohol, and spicy foods. But when your skin is dry, it's extra reactive. One of my patients told me last month that the drugstore face lotion I recommended for him worked better than any prescription rosacea cream he'd ever tried. Well, yeah, your skin's not dry anymore. Yay. This uses harsher detergents than the Neutrogena version, and it left my skin worse than before I used it. For $1, I can also buy Dove's Sensitive Skin Beauty Bar, a product I actually like and recommend. So this guy is a C. I'll keep it in a drawer, I'll feel too guilty to throw it away, and I'll find it again in a few years. This next one says it right on the packaging, compare to Olay Regenerist. So I'm thinking maybe this isn't just a packaging dupe this time, maybe the ingredients are actually similar here. But I was duped again, because what makes Olay Regenerist special, according to Olay, is peptides. So when I see a product that says compared to Olay Regenerist, I expect to see peptides. Olay's version has these guys. The dollar store dupe has no peptides. The only potential actives I see on the ingredients list are niacinamide, panthenol, and tocopherol, but all of them are listed after phenoxyethanol, so this is just a sprinkle. Niacinamide is in position 18 for the dollar store version, and it's position 5 for the Olay version. So this product is a perfect representation for shopping at dollar stores in general. This is all about the short term. Just get me to my next paycheck. You're getting me through the short term, but doing nothing for me in the long term. I'll use it on my feet so you can get a B. Speed round numbers 5 and 6. First, the pimple patches. These guys are trying to be heroes micropoint patches. They do the job, they smother your acne lesion in some salicylic acid, and they keep your fingies off your acne. I'd use these again, especially for this price, so you get an A. Next, this little orange tube, vitamin C plus turmeric. This little orange eye cream cosplays Sunday Riley's $40 CEO Glow face oil. Now use your new skill. The vitamin C is in the form of ascorbic acid, and it's in the bottom 3 of the ingredients list at position 27 out of 30. This is a baby amount. There is half a chocolate chip in this chocolate chip cookie. The Sunday Riley product uses tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate, and it's in position number 10. Look, I know I can have high expectations. One of my patients called me the tiger mom of dermatology. I keep needing to remind myself that this version is $1.25 and the original is $40. But when something says that it has vitamin C in it, I don't think I'm being unreasonable to expect that it has a meaningful amount of vitamin C. The dollar store eye cream also has a little bit of fragrance to it, which is an interesting choice for an eye cream. I'll still use you on my feet, so you can get a B. Number 7. It takes a lot for me to hold grudges about skincare because at the end of the day, it's just skincare. But this body balm dupe has really made me upset. I brought it back because I wanted to judge it against my new grading scale. This original version, the Vaseline All Over Body Balm, that has all of 8 ingredients. I'm just looking for a portable, mess-free skin protectant. You don't need a hero ingredient in this. You don't need to make me look 20 years younger. You just need to be a portable occlusive. But the Dollar Tree version of this kind of reminds me of when I ask my kids to clean up their mess. You can't just push everything into a corner and tell me that you're done. Anyway, this dupe is the only D in this entire video. Number 8, and this is a palette cleanser, unlike the piece of trash I just reviewed. This body butter really wants to look like the Sol de Janeiro products. The 8-ounce size of the brand name product is $48. You can get the mini 2.5-ounce size for $24. For a lot of people, that is a lot of money for a body lotion. This guy is $1.25, like the rest of the products I bought. I put it on, it's silky, it has a nice vacation in a jar scent. I feel like a fancy lady with this cream. The cheap version doesn't have cupuaçu butter or acai oil like the expensive version does. It has petrolatum and mineral oil. But I'm not mad at fancy Vaseline because all this promised me was that it was a nice smelling, rich body lotion and it delivered. This one makes me feel like a princess, and feeling like a princess is not necessarily just a money thing. I feel like a princess when I use my $6 brand name Vaseline body balm, and I feel like a princess when I use my $200 antioxidant face serum. This one smells great, it feels luxurious, and it makes me feel fancy for $1.25. I would happily buy this again. That is an A. So why not an S, right? The scent isn't for everyone. I like it, but this is a risk with fragranced products in general. Some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. My husband hated the fragrance, which brings me to the single best thing that I bought, my only S. And of course, it is the most boring looking jar in the entire haul. This plain sensitive skin cream is dressed up like Cetaphil or CeraVe. No big promises, no hero ingredient claims, and no fragrance. And it's the one product here that I would rebuy without thinking twice. It's a simple, rich moisturizer that does exactly what a moisturizer is supposed to do for just $1.25. No gimmicks, nothing buried at the bottom of the label. It just works. This is my 1S. So there's my breakdown. 1S, 1D, and a whole lot of products I'll use on my feet. My top two, the S and the A right behind it, are the two simplest products in the entire haul. Well, except for that terrible body balm. We have a basic body moisturizer and a body butter. Meanwhile, the ones that made big promises and under-delivered, like the vitamin C, the pretend peptide night cream, and the glowy serums, they all landed in the middle. A simple, honest moisturizer is hard to mess up. A flashy active ingredient at $1.25 usually just means a little sprinkle of the good stuff and some hand waving to make you not notice. Dollar stores are genuinely complicated. I'm not going to pretend that's not true. But their skincare is $1.25, and I cannot find that price anywhere else, not even at Walmart, which has its own issues. For some of my patients, the gap between $1.25 and $10 or $20 is a big gap. It can mean that you buy a moisturizer and then you have a little bit of money left over for a gallon or two of gas. So when I find the standouts, the ones that actually deliver at that price, that matters. That is worth doing for me because everyone deserves to feel like a princess, and now you know exactly which dollar store products earn it. If you like this video, you might like my video on the popular hair growth supplement Nutrafol and its store brand dupes. Thanks for watching.